Okay. Hello, Sunflower. I'm so glad the chat's working again. I don't know what happened there. That does sometimes happen when I stream on mobile. Okay. All right. I'm glad people are making their way back. I want to know who sent me that super chat on the last stream. I'm not sure who did. I would like to thank them properly, and then if they had a question, be able to answer it for them. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was quite silly. Sometimes I can stream for like 2-3 hours on mobile and have no problems with the chat. And then sometimes it just... Oh, it was Pegasaurus. Thank you, Pegasaurus, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. That helps me a ton. Ah, oh, beautiful. Thank you. And of course, you guys just being here in the chat, whether you're commenting or lurking or, you know, whatever, like I just really appreciate it because that helps my channel grow and that helps me to reach more people and help more people. Okay, so we have Madhavi and Sunflower. Sunflower, that is also a third-party question. Yes, I will do yours, Madhavi. I'm just addressing a quick thing. Okay. So yeah, Sunflower, that one's kind of third party, but how could we reword that so that it's not, because sometimes it is difficult to read on somebody else, because because I don't know if she's consented to having a question asked about her on a live stream or about her relationships or anything like that. But you know what? When it comes time for your question, I'll figure out a way to sort of tweak it a little bit so that maybe we can still kind of get an answer that is helpful to you. But without invading like her boundaries and stuff as well. Okay, so Madhavi, your question. Oh, I found it. So we're going to start with Madhavi. Madhavi says, I met this guy online. I've never seen him, but I think I like him. I've been talking to him for a while, but I don't know what he wants. And why does the universe send him? I really like him. Okay. I've met a lot of great people online. And, well, a lot of you guys in this community, right? I've met, maybe not in person, but I've gotten to know many of you just through online interactions and have gotten to learn, more about you and, excuse me, and just more, I don't know, just, yeah, learn to like you and connect with you more deeply the more that we interact. So I can understand it's not that unusual to meet somebody online and really, really like them. In the past, many, many years ago, I have met lots of friends online. It was through a fan club for a band that I like. And I not only ended up meeting that band, I actually did end up meeting a few of the people from that fan club. And I still do talk to some of them online to this day, right? So there is actually great power in communicating online. And I think it's just as valid as any other type of friendship. So let's get some info. Yeah, let's get some info. Why does the universe keep sending that person? And why are you so drawn to them? Let me just go back and double check your question to make sure I interpreted it correctly. Don't know what he wants and why does the universe... Okay. I keep bumping my thing. Okay, and then Sunflower, I'm glad you got permission from your sister. That's great. But Madhavi, so what's going on? What are your person's intentions? Why does the universe keep putting this person onto your path? What do we have? Let's see. Woo! There's, and you guys saw me shuffle. I know this is the one that came up for the last reading, but I did shuffle these. Dreams need a practical plan. I'm going to do one more alongside it though. Excuse me. Take time to breathe out. So with this, oh my gosh, sorry guys. There we go. With this take time to breathe out, there are a lot of, I'm going to say high intensity feelings here. There's a lot of excitement, which makes sense, especially when you really like someone. I'm picking up great, confusion, which also makes sense when it's somebody that you're not really able to spend time with in person. I do feel that it's like a big ball of feelings wrapped up. You know, there's excitement, there's confusion, there's a little bit of anxiety, there's the fluttery chest, you know, the romantic type sensations, like having a big crush, and Spirit's like, whew, just take a breath for a second. Calm your heart rate, you know. And it's not like you're doing anything wrong here. It's just Spirit's just saying, like, just take a second to relax and just, you know, acknowledge the emotions, but don't let them take over you right now, and don't let them cloud your judgment. Dreams need a practical plan. How long have you and this person been talking? Because I get a feeling like either you or this person are thinking about, and you may not have discussed it with each other yet, but are thinking about, oh, I would love to meet them. I would love to meet this person. How are we going to make this happen? How could we make this work? And again, without getting too third party, what's important, I'm going to say what's important for Madhavi to know, Spirit, about her person that she's been communicating with online and has developed a connection with. What's important to know regarding their connection and this person's feelings? Somebody is I'm hearing long-standing. I'm also hearing like long-term, but it's one of these things that perhaps has to develop slowly, hence the pentacles here. Pentacles are the slowest moving energy. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's worth it, you know? It's like a long day of work. You come home and I don't know if you, so, you know, there's the trope of coming home from a long day of work and cracking open a beer. Or maybe in your case, if it's not that, it could be, you know, opening like a Coke or a Pepsi or a cold water bottle or something, and you sit down and you drink it. It's like, oh, that was so worth the wait. That was so worthwhile. Giving time for your relationship to build a solid foundation. And, you know, should you get to that point where you wish to meet in person, it could take time to build up your savings to be able to afford to meet each other. But there's patience here, patience and long term. This person's not going to lose interest in you just because maybe you have a time zone difference and they're awake while you're asleep and you have a short window of time where you do communicate because you're up at the same time. Like, that person's not going to leave you or lose interest in you because of a distance or a time zone gap. They're not going to lose interest in you just because they may have to wait for something. Yeah, there's like taking a step back and letting something develop on its own. There's no need to force it. And I'm not sure if that's what you're doing. I don't really feel like there's any forcing this relationship to progress. But with the Seven of Swords, like if you're feeling the pressure to, oh, I need to keep this person's attention, I need to, there we go, turn my flash on so you can see my cards better. Oh, I need to always be available. I need to always be online or else they're going to lose interest. That's not true. So don't let that worry, don't let that kind of anxiety lie to you. Yeah, it's okay to just let this develop naturally. And with this Four of Swords, there's this like peaceful rest energy. You talking to each other, this person feels the same way about you. And I think this is how you feel about them as well. But like you feel relieved when you see that they're online and they see that you're online, they feel relieved. Talking to each other, it makes you both feel so much better. It's like there are some conversations, oh my gosh, words you've had have been very cathartic. You're able to tell each other things that you may be hesitant to tell people in your personal life. I'm hearing healing balm. Oh my gosh, I have such a frog in my throat. The wildfire smoke is back. It was really bad yesterday, so I am a little bit croaky today. That's better. Ugh. Anyway, excuse me, guys. That was probably super gross. But anyway, let's get more into this with the tarot. Why does the universe keep putting this person into your awareness, into your path? Hello, Brenda. Welcome. Okay, you guys are so polite. Judgment card. Something here about like calling the shots. It's time, you're ready. But something about, oh, interesting. Sometimes Judgment card does have to do with something from your past coming back up. So you're at like the beginning. I'm going to say you're at the beginning of your friendship, your connection. Over time, it's not like you two might stop talking to each other, but it may be just that life gets really busy and neither of you is available to be online as often. So there could be a bit of a lull in communication, but then, your circumstances change and you're right back. Spirit brings this person right back. You know what I didn't realize? I should be censoring. Yeah, okay. I don't see genitals on the cards, but there are butt cheeks. And I don't know how YouTube or Google feel about butt cheeks, so I should go ahead and censor those. It's like you pick up right where you left off with your communication. It's like no time has passed. Maybe you're both busy and haven't had time to chat very much, maybe for a month or for a few weeks, but you do get, back together in your conversations and it's as if nothing had even happened. I'm going to go ahead and put Judgment there. Because heaven forfend, Google detects a butt cheek on a tarot card. No worries, Brenda. You're good. You're good. Yeah, this is somebody who is meant to be in your life in some capacity. Friendship, romantic, in which capacity, Spirit? Can we find that out? Because this is definitely somebody that you and this person were meant to be in communication with each other. So in which way is this person meant to be? Excuse me. Well. Okay, this is kind of exciting. Spirit's giving me a look into quite distant future. Emperor is often husband card, right? Emperor and Empress, that's husband and wife, or spouse and spouse, because, gender identities and stuff. It's not important what the gender identity is. It's a spouse and a spouse, but the energy present is, at least with these cards, the traditional masculine energy, feminine energy. Anybody can have well, everybody actually has a mix of masculine and feminine, but what I'm just seeing here, and for the sake of ease, I'll just refer to he and husband. This is something in the more distant future. Could be you come together and have like a relationship that could lead to something like becoming spouses. I'm seeing that's a very strong possibility. Oh, but right now, there's still work to do. You know, still getting to know each other, still working out there are things in your personal life and there are things in his personal life that need to be worked out before you're able to come together in a more like official capacity, before perhaps you're able to meet in person. But it just seems like you guys do really have such a strong connection. And when you get together eventually in person, should you choose to, of course, it's like you're gonna click, and it's like there's just this feeling of like they're so special. Like you're gonna understand, oh, this is why other things didn't work out. Oh, this is why this person kept coming onto my path. Let's just get one more. Okay. 8 of Cups. Certainly 8 months is something I'm picking up. Your relationship is going to continue to develop, or your connection, of course. It's going to continue to develop over the next 8 months. And it could be one of you, because normally this is like a walking away, leaving, but I specifically get the word depart. And that makes me think of an airport. Departing, because I'm seeing like departing and arrivals, and you're going to figure out, perhaps maybe the 8 months from now is when you have that first conversation of, wouldn't it be so cool if we met in person? It doesn't mean you'll necessarily like make that trip and meet them in 8 months, but it's like that's when you start to talk about it and to sort of start like formulating a plan together. Okay, that's exciting. So the advice, dreams need a practical plan and take time to breathe out. There's no rush. Work on yourself, and he's going to work on himself. Keep, on the path that you're on for right now, building your independence, your finances, your education, whatever it is that you still need to work on. Continue to work on that. Oh, that one's got to be censored. There is a boob. But the Star card, yeah, it seems like you two would be a really good match. A very, like, I just keep getting the word excellent. Like, excellent together. Very, very good fit. But there's just no rush. Good things take time, and sometimes even the best things may take a little while. I'm thinking of... now all of these names of foods and meals have just completely fallen out of my head. But there are some recipes that take a long time to fully cook. I think beef Wellington might be one of them. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. But, and I could be wrong. Maybe that one doesn't take a long time. But there are, like I said, there are some meals that take a very long time to prep, and they take a long time to cook or bake. And a lot of work goes into it, and a lot of planning goes into it. And it seems like your relationship is very similar. It's one of those really fine, fancy, gourmet things that just takes a very long time to prepare, but when it's ready, it is so well worth the wait, and it's delicious and it's amazing, and you're talking about it for years about, oh my gosh, remember that time we had this and it was so good? Like, it's that, but your connection with each other. So that is what I have for you. I hope that that was helpful. I'm going to put these back. And then we'll look at sunflower. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do for you, sunflower. We're going to ask Spirit for some advice for you, what you can do to help your sister get, into what is the word I'm looking for? Like a mindset, a healthy mindset, a healthy, like emotional state where she will be more, like when the right person comes along and you're more receptive, you're able to kind of pick up better the spiritual cues. Yes, do this. This is your person. What you can do to support your sister on her journey, towards finding the right partner. So, what can Sunflower do to support their sister on her journey to finding the right partner? And then, of course, any other spiritual advice that comes up as we go. And it seems like you do care very deeply about your sister, the fact that you're so concerned about this. And of course you want, because you love her, you want her to be with the right person, to be with somebody who's kind and will make her happy and that makes sense. We all want our loved ones to be happy and safe. So let's get some spiritual advice on that. Okay, we have meditate and contemplate. Spirit, what is Sunflower meditating, contemplating on? Well, actually, interesting. I see two fish together. This could be you and your sister. I'm not sure what your spiritual path is, or if you and your sister share a similar spiritual faith, but there is something about perhaps doing a meditation practice together. And I'm also hearing something like brainstorming. What does she look for in a partner? What would you, like, what qualities in a spouse would you like to see? What kind of spouse would you be happy to see your sister married to see your sister with? And write these things down. What does she want in a partner? And what, according to your standards and your intuition, because your gut feeling is very important here, as is hers. What are you looking for? What are your limits? What are her limits? What are, what are the red flags that you are now aware of in people that would make you say, no, do not go for that person? Or what kind of qualities in a partner, you see it in a potential match and you and your sister both go, yes, this is a good one. You may have to do some brainstorming together, but definitely I do still get like meditation together and some spiritual practice together. So what else can Sunflower do to support their sister and help their sister find a good partner, and to help their sister be in a situation where she's happy and safe with a loving partner? What can Sunflower do to support their sister? Oh. Now, of course, every culture is different with the way that they handle stuff such as marriage and and partnership. So there are going to be things that I don't understand or don't know how to interpret. So it's not me being ignorant on purpose. It's me literally just not being aware, like just not understanding, right? Just maybe more naive. But there's something here I'm getting about like be patient, and the right, I'm getting suitor, the right companion is somebody who's going to be very patient and will be okay with your sister being choosy. Or, let's say there are a couple of different potential matches that are interested in her, and she meets each one. Maybe she needs to take some time to think about which match, which partner, potentially that she likes best and would like to get to know better. There's just, letting her know like that perhaps she doesn't need to feel rushed. But again, some cultures are very insistent on marrying quickly or marrying quite young. So I don't want to like disrespect anything that is very important to you or the way that you and your family do things. But I'm just seeing here, it's okay for her to be choosy, and the right partner for her will actually admire that. Will really admire that she's choosy, because he will know once she chooses him, it's because she really wants him, and it wasn't a settling thing. It wasn't a rushing into something. It's because she genuinely really likes him and wants to get to know him. I'm getting something about courtship. I don't know if that's what you would call it in your culture or your native language, but even in English, like even in Canada, we don't call it courtship. That's very old-timey, but it's like a slow and innocent and it starts off very casual and very friendly, and it remains innocent. Perhaps maybe it's one of those things. I know some families have a chaperone, to supervise, make sure everyone's behaving on these dates or these visits, getting to know each other. It's like a slower process than I think her previous match was. But this is good. It's assuring quality. Yeah, encourage her to be choosy. Let's see what else we can get. Woo! Okay, Queen of Pentacles is the one that wanted to come out the most. We're building up her self-esteem. Yes, discerning, Brenda. That is the best word for it. But Queen of Pentacles, we're going to work on, helping your sister build her self-esteem, helping her to see all of her great qualities, her inner and outer beauty, her, just that she's so worthy of love and affection. She's worthy of safety. She's worthy of being in a happy partnership. And just to have her feel and know and truly understand how valuable she is on her own without a partner. Because we're not just... There's always that cliche of, oh, that's my other half or my better half. Well, it's a couple comes together and you're not two halves trying to make a whole person. You're two whole individuals coming together to make two individuals in a loving connection. So we're going to work on helping your sister build her self-esteem with that Queen of Pentacles. And if she is pursuing any education, or is working or anything like that right now, perhaps to build her savings, just in case. Sometimes it's good to have money saved, they always say for a rainy day, or sometimes you have a minor emergency. Oh, our vehicle broke down, or oh, this got broken in the house. Here, I have some money saved. We can deal with it right away. There's something like that. I feel already that she's quite independent. But yes, just that self-esteem and her self-worth. Helping her to see her self-worth. There we go. We got the Sun card. This is something like, this is just such a beautiful energy, I feel. Sometimes it is easier said than done, seeing your self-worth and learning your value and things like that. But with somebody like you on her side to vouch for her and to protect her, she will feel more confident to move forward, and to feel happier, safer, and more secure. Oh, that's so cool. She's pursuing makeup artistry. That's awesome. And honestly, who doesn't love seeing some really beautifully done makeup? It truly is art. She's going to be very happy. I'm hearing something about, do what needs to be done, but please prioritize her happiness. Yep, she'll find her person. Absolutely, she will. Interesting. I wonder if she might meet someone, and it's an Ace of Wands, but now in my brain I'm seeing a makeup brush. But I wonder if she may meet someone, maybe not taking that class, but who could be, could work in that building or is connected in some way to that. Or she meets somebody through, oh, hey, like there's a classmate who's like, oh, hey, have you met my friend? And she meets this friend and they really hit it off. And, you come to find he's single or something like that. She does meet someone, and it is through this creative pursuit. And I like this. Or maybe that's where she starts getting to know new people and meet potential matches. Oh, hello, Marlena. Yep. And the last one I got for you just on the bottom is the Chariot, and that's just encouraging her to go forward and try new things and to do her best. But yeah, absolutely building her up and supporting her and yeah, prioritizing her happiness and her safety and her peace. You sound like a very good sister. Oh, I gotta stretch. There we go. So I hope that was helpful to you and your sister. And best of luck. And it seems like, from what I'm getting here, that there's a lot of happiness to come. It may, again, this process may take a little bit of time, but it will be worth it, right? Like when I was mentioning that those recipes that take forever to cook and prepare, but you eat them and it's like, oh my God, that was good. Okay. I'm going to go back up through the chat. We did Sunflower. We did Madhavi. Nelia. Is it Nelia? Is that how I pronounce that? If you're still in the chat, Nelia Medeiros. Nelia's looking for a love reading. Oop. Nelia says they are single. Imelda, no, you're not too late for general message. I think we're good. You can ask your question. But we'll do Nelia. Is looking for a love reading. And then, yes, we can do, I know Brenda, you had a question. Imelda, Lilith, you guys have questions. Yes, we can do yours as well. Just, you'll have to remind me. Okay, so Nelia, if you're still in the chat, it's your reading, love reading, and you say that you are single. Okay, you are in the chat. Welcome. So love reading for you, and I like that you specified that you are single. That makes interpreting some of these messages a little bit easier. Okay, adjustments are required with that. And it does say third quarter moon. Again, I'm not an astrologer. If you're looking for astrology help, go to my friend Sebastienne, Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology. She is an expert on that, but there could be something very important about, I think this is last quarter. Well, it says third quarter moon, but it looks like, yeah, when it's shaped like a C, that's when it's waning. So this must be last quarter. I just have to go through and remember my space and science knowledge from years back. But there could be something significant about that part of the month. Oh, Chemical Squirrel, you can post your question again. That's fine. I think you posted it really, really early and I must have missed it. But anyways, Nelia, adjustments are required. So let's get a tarot message. Which things in life need to be adjusted? In order to accommodate a healthy and loving relationship. Yes, Zinab, you feel free. You don't have to donate if you don't want to. Anyways, well, we'll keep that one that fell out. Which areas of life require an adjustment? Okay, 9 of Swords. There is some anxiety or some fear that needs to be dealt with, and that's totally fine. We do all have inner wounds, and we do all have fears. We all have anxieties. We all have our doubts that need to be addressed. And there are ways in which we're always going to need comfort, right? So, adjustments with fear, with anxiety, with... Okay, so what does she need to do then to work around this, to work through this? Thank you, Zinab. Okay. Oh. Well, Ace of Pentacles, today is a new day. For some reason, my brain first interpreted this when I pulled the card just now as like a rising sun. So a rising sun, today is a new day. I see that you did have to walk away from something in the past that it was very, very painful. It could have been a very messy breakup, or it could have been a very unhealthy or toxic connection with somebody. But I'm getting, just because that is what you experienced before does not mean that's what you're always going to experience. And understanding that not everybody will treat you the same way that you've been treated in the past. Not every relationship will be like the last one that you had. I'm getting something about like a nervous system being on high alert, and I'm not a medical professional. This is not at all like a medical reading or anything, but nervous system on high alert. And it's due to just this anxiety. There's a part of you that I call it the lizard brain, but it's our survival instinct. For some people, it's that fight or flight, or freeze or fawn. There are different responses to stress like that. And it seems like yours is just activated right now when there is currently no danger. Sometimes our brains can misinterpret something as dangerous when it's really not. So there's something that needs to be done there with calming the mind, calming the nervous system. There's take it easy, but there's also take a lighthearted approach when it comes to meeting new people and when it comes to dating and getting to know other people. Have a lighthearted approach. You can meet somebody without being burdened by the expectation that this will turn into a marriage or that this will turn into a long-term forever commitment partnership. Going into this with, you know what? I'm going to go and meet this person tonight, and we're going to have a good time, and we're going to have a good chat and a good visit. And I'm not going to expect anything too serious to come of this from our first meeting. I'm just expecting to have fun and get to know someone. Remember, there's a big message here about remembering to have fun, to be safe, but to also have fun. The moon. Okay. This makes sense actually with the anxiety we saw with the Nine of Swords. There could be something that's still kind of stuck in your subconscious, or it could, they say that your body remembers, your body keeps the score, I think is what that book is called. And like your body holds on to memories. There could be something that you've forgotten about that is still being perceived by your brain as a threat that may need to be worked through. So then what's the way to do this? Queen of Pentacles. I am seeing there's a mentor, and it's a woman. Specifically, I feel that specifically there's a woman that you can talk to who can help you. This could be through therapy, really, if that is something you have access to. But there are other ways in which to receive help and advice. But yeah, I do feel very strongly for you that there is a woman you can talk to who can help you to, I'm hearing, float back through some of your memories and to maybe be able to pinpoint a memory that's associated with a certain fear that you have or a certain feeling of discomfort or anxiety that you have. And you will be able to let this go. Oops, I keep bumping my thing. You will be able to let this go, and it will free you up so that you have the mental bandwidth, the energy to approach dating and meeting new people with a mindset of let's have fun. Let's get one last message. Queen of Cups. I can understand perhaps there is a struggle with trusting other people. And that's totally fair, totally valid. We all have experiences in life, or we've all had experiences in life that have left us feeling this way. And I totally get that. It seems, though, with the help from this, could be a therapist or a mentor, a counselor, it's somebody who is very well trained and knows exactly what she's doing and knows exactly how to help you. You'll be able to find a balance between having an open heart, open to new opportunities, but also not giving away too much too soon and not giving away your best before it's time. You're not going to be taken advantage of again. If that is, that's a message that came in. There are many different ways in which that can happen to a person, so I'm not going to elaborate, but you will know in which way that this, resonates for you. You will not be taken advantage of again in love and friendships and relationships. But it is going to take, I'm going to call it therapy just for the sake of ease, just so I have a word to use to describe it, the help that you'll be getting. And once you've worked through a few things, it's like a huge weight will be lifted from your heart, and you'll be like, okay, I do feel safe to go back out and try again. I can do this. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I really hope that was helpful. I'm going to get down to our last few. We have Chemical Squirrel. We had also Sage Burner, Chemical Squirrel, Sage Burner. You know what? I'm going to say it's our final 5. I don't have a notebook to write down the usernames, but we have Chemical Squirrel, Sage Burner. We have Imelda, Lilith, and Brenda. So those will be our final 5. Oh, and Zainab as well. Sorry, excuse me, our final 6. Goodness sakes, me forgetting already. Okay, and I know, Zainab, you asked your question on PayPal, but just from scrolling down without switching apps, because that I think disrupts the stream, can you put your question in the chat? Because I just can't seem to find it in the email preview from PayPal. Okay, so we're our final 6. And I know Chemical Squirrel and Sage Burner have been waiting since like very, very first. So yeah, we'll start with, I think Chemical Squirrel posted theirs first. Either way, the 6 of you will get your readings before the stream is done and before my phone battery dies. Chemical Squirrel says, I feel like one of my past lives have been trying to get in touch with me. How do I know which life is connecting with me, and how do I listen and respond? Interesting. I'm going to say, just before I do any cards, meditation could be a huge help for you. There are a lot of guided meditations. I always recommend Nikki Sutton because she's one of my personal favorites. Michael Seeley is another really, really good one. Those two are my very favorite meditation channels. They have very beautiful guided meditation practices, and each one, both channels, they have videos on past life regression, and there are meditations that you can do in like an hour or less, and then I think Nikki Sutton has overnight meditations to help you to connect through your dreams and through your subconscious, to your past life. So that is something I recommend first, definitely through meditation or through guided meditation, or some, they, on Michael Seeley's channel, they consider it like self-hypnosis. But let's get some. Oh, you're very close to achieving your goal with the gibbous moon. Interesting. So it goes new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon. So right before, sorry, I had to go through the list here. So yeah, right before the full moon comes the gibbous moon, right before it's fully revealed to you. You're so close to getting this. So I love seeing that. This might sound silly. Oh, and you know what? Maybe just to conserve some battery, I'm going to just go ahead and make it a little bit darker there. It'll sound maybe silly, but I have the image of those big floppy droopy dogs, a basset hound. I'm seeing like a basset hound, and then the big one, the bloodhound. And they get a smell, and they can follow the trail. Like when they're trying to find someone, they give the dog, okay, here's a piece of their clothing, now go find them, and they go and search the trail. I'm seeing that's kind of what, that's the energy that's very closely matching what you're doing right now. And you're really, really close to finding that thing, right? You're very close to finding that, that connection, that answer. So let's get an answer here from the tarot. So that's it's just encouragement from Spirit that you're very close to figuring this out. Definitely through meditation, I feel that very strongly. Something too, just through your dreams at night, and that could be with or without a meditation video playing while you're sleeping. Okay, magic practice with the Magician. Setting the intention before you go to sleep to Spirit, and maybe this happens on the first night you do it, maybe it takes a few nights to really build the intensity of your intent. I want to see the past life that's affecting me. I want to see what it is I need to be shown. Please show me what I need to be shown. Please show me the answers. They're setting the intention to do that each night. Okay, what else do we have? Knight of Swords. Information is going to come flooding in very, very quickly, and it may take a few days or a little bit of time to unpack it all. So you could end up with like, I'm just getting like it's a huge download. You know how sometimes we download multiple files on the computer, or we download like the entire series of a TV show or something, and it comes in a compressed folder and it's zipped and you have to extract the files, and it's a whole process. It's something like that. Like that's how big of a spiritual download you'll be getting. And it's going to take a little bit of time. And I was getting a few days. It could take a few dreams at night. It could take a few meditative sessions to fully understand the message and to fully unpack what it is that Spirit wants to show you. Can we get a look, Spirit, at perhaps which past life or which past life or themes from the past life that are having the strongest effect right now? Okay. Whoa. Okay, well, there is nudity on this one. I'm going to have to go ahead. It is the Lover's card. Google just cannot handle why? Like, he's fine. He's got nothing showing. What I don't get, he's got nipples, she's got nipples, but Google says that hers are unacceptable, but his are fine. Anyway, rant aside. We also have Two of Cups. There is a past life in which you had a very strong and deep connection with somebody, and it was an unbreakable bond. In one life, it was romantic. In this one, it's platonic friendship. Also, hello, Dabs. Welcome. Always good to see you. Anyways, in this particular life, it's platonic. It's not romantic. It could be family, but it's not romantic, this connection you have. And it's somebody in this current lifetime that you've been with in the past. Whoa. And what I can get here is 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles, which is like you're working on building up this friendship, this connection with this person. And coming together, there's like a state of bliss here. It's like this is a friend, you know, it could be a family member that feels like they've been with you forever. You know, through multiple timelines, multiple lives, but I'm also seeing just like coming together, a friend who's so close that they feel like family. There's bliss here. There's just, it's a happy household. It's fun. I mean, maybe you haven't met that person yet, that friend in this lifetime. You're working towards it though, I think. That's what's happening actually. You are about to meet this person, and they're going to be a very good friend in this lifetime. I mean, it could, I don't know, like family member, that family energy comes in really strong, but I just feel like if it was a biological or adoptive or, you know, family member, you would already know them. So yeah, this is somebody that is coming in, and you're preparing yourself, they're preparing themselves and their heart and their, you know, their emotional availability so that you can come together to have this blissful, it's like a blissful reunion. And this time around, you are friends. Okay, I'm going to have to do something really quick here, you guys. Okay. There. Okay. The microphone's unplugged, so I hope you can still hear me, but I did just plug in my phone so we can get through the rest of the readings. I did not expect my phone battery to drop so quickly from like, it was at 60 something just a few minutes ago, and now we're at like, it was giving me an alert. But we're plugged in, we're good, we're fine. And you guys can hear me, awesome. So yes, Chemical Squirrel, I think it's going to be on you to do the the spiritual work to get the details on which past life. But I am just getting, yes, there's someone very, very special that's coming into your life, or it's someone that I feel like it's someone you haven't met yet, but it could be somebody that you know, but you just need to like get closer emotionally with each other. But you're going to find out very, very soon, excuse me, from which past life this person has been with you. They've been with you through multiple, but yeah, definitely there's one in particular that has themes very similar to your current life. Okay, so that is what I've got for you. We'll move on. It was chemical squirrel, and then I know exactly who I'm thinking of. I just can't remember the username. I'll scroll back up and find it. Sage burner. Heard a voice say hello. Was it one of my guides? And why hasn't there been further communication? All right, sage burner. You heard a voice say hello. Was it one of your guides? And why hasn't there been further communication? And yes, Zanab, I did see your question. I'll get to you when I'm done with sage burner. You know what I might have to do, you guys, to my moderators, I am very grateful to you, but I may have to do your readings via email because I'm plugged in, but I just do not see my battery lasting to get through the next 5. So we'll do Sage Burner and Zanab. And then, yeah, for my moderators, I'll do your readings via email, okay? Because I still very much care about your questions and want to help, but I feel like that's just going to be the best way I can do that for you. Okay, Sage Burner, was that your guides? Actually, without cards, Spirits wants me to tell you something. Yes, please email me your questions, moderators. So that was Lilith, Imelda, and Brenda. And it's wildrosetc@gmail.com, but I think you guys already remember. Sage Burn. Yeah, without cards, Spirit wants me to tell you. This is a test. Oh my gosh, that's funny. You know how sometimes, like I think every country has their own emergency alert system. Like, or every province or every state, like where I am, it's like sometimes we get a notification on our phones and it makes a hell of a noise and it's the emergency alert, but it's like, this is a test of the Alberta emergency alert. That's like really what I was getting. And it's like, this was a test. And it was a test of your clairaudient like capabilities and your ability to like for Spirit to get your attention. So now they know that you have this awareness that you are able to pick up on their messages. It must have been quite jarring to hear that out loud. I'm not sure if the rest of your communication with Spirit will be physically hearing it or if it will be like in your I call it like the mind's ear, like in your mind, but you know, you can hear things in your mind. So it was kind of funny because what I was seeing was like a couple of, now I'm being shown them as you know, angels in the classical, at least in the Western interpretation of what angels are. I'm just seeing these winged beings hanging out together and they're like, did she hear us? Yeah, she heard us. Oh, okay, good, it works. Okay, all right, let's prepare. So they were testing to see if they could get your attention, and they can. So what does this mean from here? Where does Sage Burner go from here? Oh my gosh. Okay, those were stuck together. These were, I'm not sure if you believe in the concept of like guardian angels, or if that was something you were taught when you were a young kid, or if you ever like went to Sunday school or whatever, where they will teach about angels and stuff and how they protect us. But these are guides that have been with you from your birth and always have been. They're the guides that, again, I keep getting like just Christian imagery. So I'm not sure if that's how you were raised or if that's just what Spirit's showing me so that I understand. But at night there's that now I lay me down to sleep, I pray thee, Lord, my soul to keep. That I almost said song, that bedtime prayer. And there are different ways that you can do the prayer, but one that I know of, that I was taught, was asking for guardian angels to be with you when you sleep. And it's like, these are the guides that watched over you to keep your nightmares away when you were young. These are the guides that were with you during your first breakup when you were just heartbroken and crying. And they were the ones that were with you the first time you learned how to drive and you were so afraid. They were the ones that were with you. I'm just seeing, like, when you are injured, when you are sick, when you are suffering, struggling, they're with you to comfort you. They're there all the time to encourage you. But I get that it's like, these are the guides that were assigned to you from your very first breath. They want to help you challenge the notion. There's the Hierophant, it's the institution. It's like the preconceived notions of what one's spiritual path should look like. Challenging the notions of, well, this is how you be a psychic. This is how you communicate with spirit. Or, maybe maybe you were taught that psychics were not real and that you could only communicate spiritually through a middleman, such as church or synagogue or temple, whatever, right? Your guides want to help you to challenge that notion that you cannot communicate directly with spirit by yourself, because you can. And why hasn't there been further communication? It's because you still have to work on developing your psychic skills. I'm going to call them the psychic skills. I'm not sure if that's what you refer to it as. And, even if you weren't necessarily raised religious or anything, sometimes we still kind of we still get those messages of, well, psychics aren't real. Oh, you can't communicate to the divine. Oh, no, that's not possible. That's not logical or whatever. And Spirit's like wanting to challenge that. Oh, my email, wildrosetc@gmail.com. And it's all one word, wildrosetc. I would spell it out in the chat if I had my laptop, but I do not. Oh, it's not on the website? Okay. There is also the communication or the contact feature on the website. You can use it. Goes to the same address. Anyways. Yeah, letting go of your preconceived notions of what you thought was possible. Yep, there you go, Lilith. You got it. Of what was possible. Yes. Okay. Getting back on track here. So if you used to think maybe that spiritual communication was not real, or was only for the very highly formally trained, gifted, had to be seeing spirits from birth, no, that's not actually true. You're learning how to communicate with spirit in your own way, through a means that works best for you, is comfortable and resonates most with you. You know what I feel, Sage Burner, is that yes, you are, but there's just something that needs to be like tweaked a little bit, and we're going to pull some cards on what that is. Oh, it's actually, Spirit says it's very simple, but because we're humans, humans have a tendency to make things complicated. But it's your confidence in knowing that that is the message you've received. Perhaps you've been struggling with, with doubt. Oh, I don't know if that was Spirit or if that was just me making stuff up. That makes it very difficult to feel like you're receiving messages. It makes it difficult to sometimes to remember messages, because if you disregard it as, oh, that's only because that's what I wanted to hear, or oh, no, that was just my imagination, oh, that was just a silly dream. No, this is your confidence to work on. I am a clear and concise channel for Spirit. That may be an affirmation for you. I am a clear and concise channel for Spirit. I understand what my spirit guides are saying. I am confident in my ability to interact with my spirit guides. So I think it's not that they haven't been communicating with you. It's just maybe they have, and maybe you've just accidentally brushed it off as thinking that was your own imagination, or oh yeah, that was just a silly dream, or perhaps writing down, even if it has to be in the note. Most phones have a notepad app or whatever. Even if you have to type stuff out in there when you wake up or when you get a message, or have come up with a legend of symbols. If you don't have time to write, you can at least draw down these symbols to help you understand what the message was. And then it's just working on that and building up your confidence from there. But I love that they gave you a test of your ability to pick up on them, which was quite strong if you heard that clearly too, which is really fun. That's very interesting. It's fascinating stuff. So I hope that was helpful to you. I know we didn't get the oracle cards out for that one, but Spirit, I just felt like it wasn't necessarily needed. Like Spirit didn't guide me to use them. So I hope that was okay with you. And then we have Zainab. Zainab, thank you so much for your patience and for that, the donation through PayPal. Like that really helps me a lot. I appreciate that. I'm going to scroll back up and find your question, and then work with that from there. And then, to my moderators, you got my email address in the chat. Feel free to email me your questions that you had. Oh, and hello, Tammy. Welcome. All right. Zainab's person's true feelings and intentions towards and what's on their mind. Any action coming from him this month or next month? Okay, so the last time we read on this person, Zainab, we did see that he was going to do the right thing and make the choices he needed to make in order to make himself available to you. And remember how it was he wanted to do it right? So it seems like he's probably still working on that. But let's get some messages from the tarot. And again, I just don't really feel the need for some reason to do oracles for this one. So I hope that's okay with you as well, but we can definitely get some tarot messages. Any advice for you during this time while he's making the choices and doing the thing he needs to do in order to be available to you and to do things properly and ethically? So let's see what we get. Woo! Okay, a little bit of red tape. There's some bureaucracy. I'm getting that right away with Eight of Swords. King of Cups. He's doing his best to just kind of be patient and ride it out. It's literally a sit tight situation, which kind of sucks when you're like, oh, come on, I just want some progress. I just want to, come together with this person. And I totally understand that. But he's kind of bound by, it's just a little bit of red tape. And I definitely was seeing documents, things taking a while, paperwork, documents taking a while to get through. But you know, his intentions towards you are still good, because he's working really hard on making this happen. Yeah, whatever choice he's decided to make, it is something that's complicated and will take some time, but he is doing his best to work on this. And I'm doing my best to avoid camera glare as much as I can, but here we go. So if you haven't really heard much from him lately, it is probably because he's very busy. And other people who are expecting to hear back from him haven't heard from him either. He's just been really, I'm hearing, inundated with work to do. Love messages. Let's see what we can get that doesn't fall into the realm of like being unethical, considering this is quite third party. But I feel that his intentions towards you are still positive. He's still, like, he's working on this because this is, you know, the goal is to come together with you. Oh yeah, look at this. 3 of Cups. There is still this, he likes you very, very much. And I do remember you saying in previous that he is still legally married to someone, though it seems as though their relationship, it's one of those things where it's like it's on paper, but it's not like in their hearts, you know? He's really working hard, and Spirit does give me permission to say this to you, to make sure that everything is amicable. There's him, there's the ex-partner, there's you, making sure that everything is amicable. This is taking a lot of work for him. Okay, and that's what I'm allowed to tell you. So he does care. This does seem like a good person who is just in a really awkward spot. Just with the circumstances. Okay, don't be worried about this 3 of Swords. Even though the previous relationship, maybe, you know, when I said like it's on paper but not really in their hearts, there is still a grieving period that he's going to go through. Maybe he and that person have been together for a long time, and it's grieving, you know, what didn't end up working out, or just grieving the that change in situation. You know, sometimes a transition like that is really, really difficult, even though this person knows what it is that they want and what they need to do. It still can be really, really hard. So there may be a little grief period here for him. But he's still interesting. Or he's still interesting. Maybe he is still interesting to you. But he's still interested in building up a friendship, a communication. I almost said communication ship. Oh my gosh. But it's like keeping you in the loop and letting you know that this person still cares about you. Now it's up to you if you want to wait for him, you know, to get to that point where everything is, you know, legally, I'm going to say legally hunky-dory. And, you know, and he's 100% unbound by legal obligations. It's up to you if you want to wait for that or not, but it does seem like he has good intentions towards you still. Yeah, Hierophant, the courts, the legal. He can't tell you very much right now. And it's not personal, it's that he can't really tell anybody. There's something he can't really tell anybody right now about the process. And I don't know, I'm not privy to this information. Spirit's not showing me anything, but that is what I do know from seeing that Hierophant. So let's look at any communications this month or next month. Will he find time to get back to people that have been waiting on him? Let's see. One month. Ace of Cups. Cups are months when I do timing. Aces are ones when I do numbers. So yeah, he's got a lot. And what's going to be the nature of this communication? Ooh, my lover's card, that he's still interested in you, that he still has feelings for you. There's not much that he's going to be allowed to tell you, I think, about what is going on right now, but he does want to make his feelings very clear to you. And that this is something that may take a while, and you may have a conversation about, you know, are you willing to wait? And he'll give you that option. If not, that's okay. I understand. Oh, hello, Monique. You caught us just at the end of the stream, but I do plan to come back next week, and I'm very happy to see that you came on. But anyways, Zainab, yeah, this is what I see. So yes, you'll hear from him. I think it'll be in about a month's time. There's a lot that he cannot say right now, and a lot that he's like very busy with. And I think there are legal reasons why he can't say a whole lot. And it's not personal. You have to know that it's not personal. He's going to tell you about that he cares about you, and that this may take some time. And like I was saying, you may have to have that conversation of, are you willing to wait? If not, I understand. And that's going to be up to you, right? If you're willing to wait for him or not. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Zainab. It looks like things are just still in the process right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back. That was today's stream, you guys. Thank you so much for joining, for being here. And you know, if there was anybody that I missed, it's not personal. It's just either I didn't see it, or I just didn't have time, or, you know, there's always like a reason, and it's not because I don't like you or whatever, you know. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I feel much better and much happier being able to come back on and talk to you guys again. I know it's been a couple of weeks. So thank you, everybody, for being here and for supporting me in all the ways that you do. Private readings are open for the summer. As far as, yeah, I'm going to say for now, as far as I know, private readings are open over the summer. I will let you know if anything changes, but this is the way it is for right now. Lilith, thank you for putting that link in the chat. If you want to support my channel, you don't have to donate to my PayPal, not at all, but only if you want to. And then if you would like to book a personal reading or a Reiki treatment, because I have gone back into doing Reiki treatments for people, Lilith has just put the link in the chat to my Calendly booking page. Okay, so I'll see you guys again. I plan to have some more stuff out for you to enjoy for the coming week, and I really hope to be back on next Sunday. All right, and then yeah, to my moderators who have emailed me, I will get to your email readings today as soon as I can. And if you're in a different time zone, you may wake up in the morning to find your reading in your inbox, okay? Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys.